So this is a maybe a pivotal time, I guess. Um, Trying to keep myself on the right track. I want to title this video "Doing Things for Others as Opposed to for Yourself." Kind of true, kind of not true. In the sense that I want to be on track with doing videos. I know I'm not making money off it. I finally got the urge to do my blog, at least to post the blogs that I have written. So when I get home from the gym, I'm going to go to the library to do that. Hopefully. Even though I don't have pictures or anything for it, I'm just going to post what I can post. And just get to doing that as opposed to trying to take care of the stuff where I'm in trouble with those businesses that aren't doing me any good, and doing things to, I guess, not please others, but relying on other people's approval that this is what you should do, as opposed to listening to myself, what I want to do. I'm getting emotional here because it says a lot about me that I love the gym, that's what I want to do, and I got to do the other things that I want to do and I love to do, and I got to figure out how to make money from it, but I can't stop, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. It's hard to take, to just keep at what I want to do, regardless, It's very hard. So it's kind of late. I woke up at 8:30 and then it took me a while to get ready. It's 11:04. I'm just going to write out my workout program. But it's a scary thought. As you know, I've been to several therapy sessions. The one with the group that was on Thursdays, that's finished now. It's been a few weeks, it's finished. And there might be something that continues in the spring, another session with them or whatever. But nothing really panned out from it. On the last day, we were 4 people. And one of them who I had an incident with where he wanted, a boyfriend as opposed to a friend. So that got me discombobulated. Near the end, we had to say what we wish for the other person. And I told him I wished that he got over his, took himself by the hand and got over his troubles and moved forward. And he was all happy and stuff. It kind of like I boosted him up. But that didn't mean I wanted to be his friend. That didn't mean I wanted to do anything with him, I have to take care of what I want. We gave our email addresses and telephone numbers at the end. We were only 4 people, in order to maybe meet up after or do stuff on our own after. And so what ended up happening is only 2 people started communicating in the group email. That guy being one of them, and another guy where I would have probably wanted to get closer with, but in the situation, the other guy who I had the trouble with proposed that we go to this tea shop or whatever, and then he says, "Oh, we've gone this far, we worked so hard, yada yada yada. I see the game." And I felt very uncomfortable being with just 2 people, I'd rather be with the other one, but I don't want to contact him alone. just because I don't feel that yet. So we'll see if something happens, if he's in the group, next group, you know, from there. And then the other people didn't get engaged in the group, so not even going to try that. So that's a good thing on my part, to not even try something that I feel that is trouble. So that's what I'm trying to do, learn to listen to myself more and act upon that, as opposed to overriding that and saying, oh, we'll just see how it goes. That's what happened the other day when I went to go see the guy, the trainer, to collab on Instagram, if you see that video. Although I handled it pretty well, because I'm used to that, I was still angry, and what I could have done better is probably clarify more at the beginning while we were texting, you know. Part of me still thinks that, oh, you know, something good will happen or whatever, and I kind of override the cues that I get. And that's what I have to get over. Now, tying that back to the therapies I'm going to, this group is finished. My psychologist is only a temporary thing. It's for 12 sessions, and then we'll renew for another 12 sessions, and then we stop, and then I'm on my own. And then I can, if I'm in a dark spot, then I could call him again and do it again. Now, with the other therapy that I'm paying for, I paid for 10 sessions at a time. It's been a year and a half, maybe close, let's say a year and a half. Between a year and a half and 2 years that I've been going to her, and I just pay because, you know, do I think that works? I mean, it works in the sense that I work on myself, but the thing that was brought up with my psychologist, and it's true, it's about relationships. I mean, it's a relationship, you know, I'm paying for it. I don't have the money for it now, but that was already paid for. And I have to break off that relationship. And I brought it up to her the other day that that's what was going to happen. She said it was okay to have two therapists, and the psychologist said it's kind of contradictory. It's like going to two trainers for the same results, which I kind of see. And my fear was that I would lose the therapist I'm paying for and lose the one that I'm not paying for, the psychologist, and I'd be left alone. That's the issue. You know, trying to have relationships. In a weird way. So this is where I have to kind of take care of things on my own and not seek people's approval, which is weird because I'm very rebellious, but not really, I guess. So it's a scary time for me right now. Trying to stick to what I want to do and let everything else not fall to the wayside, but prioritize things a little better, I guess. You know, I'm going to be in a lot of crap with the businesses that I went into and lost, and I have to deal with that, but I can't stop moving forward. That's the issue I'm having. I find it always stifles me. And I have no one to turn to, no one to get advice about this. It's just I have to go through it. And then thinking about how I'm going to start over, which is kind of, you know, the videos, the actions that I'm doing, I just have to keep doing it. It's very tough for me to talk about this without, you know, feeling some sort of way of failing. I have to learn how to do this, you know. take care of myself, listen to myself when something's happening, and if I'm feeling a certain way, to actually say, I'm feeling a certain way, this is weird to me or whatever, and not be afraid of the confrontation, except for, I guess, narcissists, but that's hard to tell if someone's a narcissist initially, I guess, What the main thing is, I'm afraid to make other people feel bad, and it's going to make me feel bad, and that's the risk I have to kind of take, you know what I mean? And I haven't. So this is tough for me to be able to do that. First of all, to not get in the same mistakes that I've done. But also to trust myself. With some of the videos I've put up on either Michael Jackson or Roseanne or anything, it's kind of weird in the sense that I'm trying to give my opinion on stuff, but then I will listen to other people, and then my opinions will change. It's like I never stick true to anything. I don't know if that makes sense. And afraid to say something because, maybe it's not right or whatever. And that's what I have to get over, If I say something and it's not right, then of course I guess I could change afterwards, and but to be afraid to say something because of how other people are going to react is, is not good. And that's kind of my issue. Sounds like Ellen, wanting everyone to like them, I guess. I guess that's kind of like the same thing with me, as opposed to just saying what I say, and then the people who are not down with it, they'll just leave. So the sun's coming out. It was raining before, I think. Anyways, I gotta get going with my writing my program. I have to be comfortable with, the lifestyle I'm trying to do, and not be afraid that I'm not going to get everything done, not being so stifled that I can't create videos, do videos, prioritize things that move me forward, I won't lie, you could obviously see it's very difficult. Every day it's a battle, and knowing that I'm not going to have a couple relationships. The psychologist said I have to kind of already do the you have to mourn the end of the relationship, and I've never done that. I've never had relationships where they ended like that. One time with a corporation I worked at, teaching group fitness, it kind of ended that way before I moved to LA, by fluke. I kind of have to do that with these relationships, and kind of leave the door open to coming back, I guess, or be okay with it not going back, and not feeling that there's nowhere to turn and no other relationship that can be had. So, dealing with all that and doing the stuff I want to do, the videos, not because I want to see comments from people or I want to see it growing. It is what I want, but to not rely on that as my means of my mood, you know. So it's a tough thing to work on for me. So I'll keep you posted, obviously, on the day-to-day. Actually, it's every few days. What I do is I do a few videos. Since I can schedule them now, I do a few videos. And then I upload them when I get a chance. And then they kind of get scheduled. So that's kind of a step forward. If YouTube were to stop, that would be devastating. I know there are other platforms, but I can't think about that really and stop doing what I'm doing. I gotta get that out of my head. So with that being said, I will see you next time.